Hashtag love to cook. That's me. Hashtag love to cook. Hey everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hi. Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Go To Kitchens. I think my camera's dirty. Excuse me while I wipe off my camera, everybody. Hold on. Well, that's like some disco light or something. Hi. We are going to talk about the egg today. Hey Maura, hey everybody. I see a lot of you that I've never seen before, so welcome. My name is Leslie. I have a website, gotokitchens.com. You can find me there. You can find me on all social medias that way. Hey, welcome. It's good to see you here. Hey Evan. And you can find me always, social media at gotokitchens.com. It is right in the title of this scope, so just type that in. There's also, if I might say so myself, an amazing website, gotokitchens.com, where you can go become a VIP and learn all about health and nutrition. And it's not in your face like crazy over the top stuff. These are simple changes that I encourage you to make in your life that will change your life forever and will make you healthy just like it did for me. So, hey Melody, it's nice to meet you. I don't think I've ever seen you in any of my scopes before. I will try to remember your name. You may have to, oh, no, I know you. Never mind. Hey, everybody, welcome in. Good crowd here today. So we are going to talk about the exceptional superfood. Again, my name's Leslie. My website is gotokitchens.com. I am a food/health/wellness blogger // I am just here to help you out and to teach you the things that I have learned over the last couple of years being a cancer survivor. Yesterday we talked with Vital Farms, and this is actually one of their eggs, but we talked to Vital Farms about their eggs and their production. It was so amazing. The replay is going to be gone, but you can go to catch.me at Go To Kitchens and see the replay because it was an amazing interview that we did with them. Oh, and guess what? From that interview yesterday, guess what happened? So exciting. They're sending me one of their t-shirts and I get free eggs. Yeah, you must watch it. It's a great interview. The incredible edible egg. The incredibly good for you egg. There's so much mystery surrounding the egg. The medical community, and I actually marry my health a little bit with the medical community. If I break a leg, I go see a doctor. If I'm having a heart attack, I would probably go to the emergency room. When I had cancer, I did go to see conventional medical doctors, and we chose a path that was both Western medicine or regular medical practices alongside the holistic path that I took. So we married those two together to get me where I am today. And so, but it's those holistic practices that I want to try to teach people to keep you from getting sick in the first place. So the exceptional egg. Did you guys like my title? I wanted to put something in there like, I promise to crack you up and it's no yolk. And oh my gosh, you could just go on and on and on about that sort of thing. And I won't do that, I swear. I swear I won't. So this week we're talking all about the egg. And so I put in there that it's a superfood. I need to mute my computer. Sorry about that. I need to mute my phone. Sorry about that too. I was a little hurried today, so yes, so the egg has gotten a bad rap over the years. Look, I'm a one-eyed crazy egg girl. It's gotten a bad rap over the years, and it's so sad, and it's mostly because of the cholesterol story. Everybody's like, oh, I stopped eating eggs because of my cholesterol. Well, that's a bunch of hooey, first of all, and we're going to get into that, and I'm going to talk about that and how that came about. But first, what I want to talk about is I want to sing the praises of the egg. I want to tell you guys why in the world you should be eating eggs and why in the world that this little thing right here is considered a superfood. The first thing that I want you to think of when you think of an egg is this. This right here is a life giver to a chicken. It is a life giver to you as well. But everything that is in this, besides the fertilization that needs to happen, everything, all the nutrients and all the, hey, welcome in. all the nutrients and everything that there is, again, besides the fertilization, that needs to make a baby chicken is contained right here in this little package. Now, to create life, you know that you need to do what? You need to have lots of nutrients. You need to have lots of vitamins. You need to have lots of minerals. You need to have lots of proteins. You need to have lots of enzymes. All those things need to be present to create life. And guess what's in here? All of those things. So when you eat an egg like this, you are getting a load, and I mean a load of B12, B2, vitamin A, vitamin B, selenium. Those are huge super compounds. You're getting a small amount. I read this today, which I just love this little piece of nugget of information. You're getting all the nutrients in increments and in small amounts in one egg that you need for an entire human body. So for an entire human body to live, hey, welcome in. This little egg contains all of those nutrients that you need. It's the perfect food. You're absolutely right. Hi, Kimberly. I see your picture there. Yeah, it's the perfect food. I am not yoking with you. I know. I've already made that joke. You missed it, by the way. It's no yolk. Actually, you should eat the yolk for sure. By the way, if you don't know how to share, you can slide left or right, or hit the little Perry dude down in the corner where the number is. I know, he's always got jokes. He's always got yokes for us. But hit that little guy and it will say share. You can share with your followers. You can share it on Twitter. You can share it on Facebook. So if you feel like that you have somebody that wants this information or needs this information, please feel free to share this scope so we can fill this room up and educate everybody about the egg. So that amazed me, that there are small amounts of every nutrient needed by the human body to survive in this little container right here. It's in this perfect little container. It's all inside of there. So what else? This is the other great thing about it. They're low calorie. There's only 77 calories in this, but for that 77 calories, you get 6 grams of protein and you get 5 grams of great fat. OMG, that's amazing. There are hardly any other foods that can provide you those types of statistics other than an egg. So, and a lot of people, let's talk about that whole don't eat the yolk. Don't eat the yolk. That's where all the cholesterol lives. Just eat the egg whites. In the 80s, it was very popular to have an egg white omelet. In the 90s too, I think. Just eat the egg whites. But just to eat, I'm just going to ignore you today, I think. Probably that's what's going to happen, Evan. But yes, so that was very popular to do. Don't eat the yolks, because if you have high cholesterol and you have heart troubles and you have all these things, you should not be eating the yolks. That is a bunch of BS. Ignore it. That is not true. That is absolutely not true. The facts is that this little egg is loaded, and that little yolk that's in here, that little yellow part, or in the case of more fresh eggs like this that are pasture raised, these have kind of an orangey yellow yolk. That little yolk that is inside of this egg does have a ton of cholesterol in it. For its size, for sure. There's about 200 milligrams, give or take, of course, in each egg of cholesterol. But what they don't tell you is that the cholesterol that's in this, there's 2 different types. There is HDL and LDL. This helps raise the HDL in your blood system, and it helps change the LDL, which is the bad cholesterol. LDL is bad, HDL is good. The LDL, which is what is associated with heart disease, it actually helps transform it so that it is not dangerous for your heart. There has been study after study after study done that shows no correlation between heart disease and consuming eggs. Now, where you do get into trouble maybe is that if you are saving your bacon grease from poorly fed pigs and you're using that to cook your eggs every single day, then you're probably getting more cholesterol than you bargained for. But this little egg, in real whole foods, you know, I always say this, God did not have this evil little plan in mind to give you this perfect little container of food for you to eat and then said, oh, and by the way, it's going to kill you. That is not what happened here. That's absolutely not what happened here. This, where you're getting your bad cholesterols from, are from all the processed foods and the processed oils and the fast foods and the prepackaged foods. That's where you're getting all your bad cholesterol from. It is not from this egg. This actually can help lower your cholesterol. I read a study. I touched on this a little bit yesterday, and I went back and reread it today. There is a study out, and you can find it on Google, that associates men that have, thank you so much, everybody. Thanks so much for coming in and inviting followers. That said that the male testosterone is linked directly to cholesterol, and not in a negative way, but in a positive way. So it is even linked to ED, or erectile dysfunction, in a way that if you have low testosterone, if you're male, you can be a female and have low testosterone too, but if you're male and you have and you're suffering from low testosterone levels, which affect all areas of your life, it can affect your confidence. It's going to affect your sexual function. It's going to affect your brain. It's going to affect a lot of things. It can send you to anxiety and depression, and all kinds of things cause low testosterone. But one of the studies says that it is directly associated with the low levels of cholesterol that men are intaking because of the fear of heart disease. Now, they put the fear of God in you about fats and cholesterols that you should and should not be eating. But the truth is that you should be eating some foods with cholesterols, and eggs are a perfect example of that. So I would encourage you, if you are a man that is suffering, if you're watching this replay or you're on here right now and you're suffering from low testosterone, don't just be fooled and think that it's age related, or think that it's because of something that you're doing, or it's, check it out. Go talk to somebody. Talk to a functional medicine doctor about it, and ask them to check your cholesterol levels and see if your HDL and your LDL are in line, and talk to them about ways to increase good cholesterol in your diet and see if it increases your testosterone. So yeah, statins are not a good idea for anyone. I mean, okay. I'll try not to get on a soapbox today, but here's the deal with statins. My mom takes statins because she has high blood pressure. My mom also suffered a stroke because of high blood pressure. She's on 2 different types of statins. My mom has a little bit of and she knows this, so she wouldn't mind if I was telling you this, but she has a little bit of a memory problem and a little bit of a motivation problem. Those are the 2 things that got her in her stroke. She's fully mobile. She's doing really well, actually, for considering what happened to her. But those are the 2 things that happened in her brain. She has a short-term memory problem, and she has a motivation problem. She's not motivated to do anything. And so to get her to do a good diet is almost impossible because of that. Because first she can't remember how to eat, and then she can't remember, and then she has no motivation to do so. So she is on these statin drugs. But I can tell you that if you're on a statin drug, you can eat your way off of those. You can absolutely eat your way off of those. You need to hook up with somebody that can get you in a plan that will change that, where you do not have to change those drugs. You don't have to take those drugs, because those drugs are not helping you. They are managing the disease. They are not curing the problem. A lot of people think that these drugs that you take are cures. They are not cures. They are management. And so if you can eat your way off of that drug, then you've actually cured your problem as opposed to managed your problem. So I got a lot of people agreeing with me. A lot of people that I respect are right there agreeing with me. So yes, absolutely, you can eat your way right off of those drugs and get back to normal lives. Statins cause, you know what, a lot of people take statins, and all of a sudden they're diagnosed with RA or some other type of autoimmune disease. And that is because, and they say it's your body attacking your body. Well, your body's not designed that way to do that. Typically it is because you are over-medicated. So yes, it's the cash highway. That's right. So back to eggs. So basically, when you eat an egg, do not skip the yolk. Do not skip the yolk. Eat the whole egg. This is a beautiful little package of nutrients. You need to eat the whole thing. And here's the reasons why. We just talked about the cholesterol. I did read another study today that says that I'm reading down, excuse me. Yeah, it absolutely is. And I'm going to talk about that actually. One study says that eating 3 whole eggs a day helps reduce the chances of insulin resistance in diabetics. So if you're diabetic and you are on insulin, first of all, that is reversible too. I won't go into how that is, but that's actually reversible. You can change your life where you're not reliant on your medications for diabetes. Don't go off your, don't read a book and then go off of your medicine. You need to hire somebody professional to get you through that. But there are people that can help you through that and change your life forever where you do not have to deal with being a diabetic. But if you are a diabetic and you're not willing to do that kind of work, 3 eggs a day, and you have some insulin resistance, which can build up over time. It can actually happen immediately, but it can also build up over time where it does not start, it is not helping you, then 3 eggs a day actually can help you with that insulin resistance. And I read that study today. It was pretty scientific, and I'm not going to go like deep into why that is, but because you know that's not how I roll. But yes, so I just read that study today. You can also look that up on Google. 3 eggs with versus insulin resistance. I thought that was pretty interesting. So there you go. So and then many studies have shown I just said that. Many studies have shown no relation between heart disease and the hey Tasm, welcome. And the heart disease and consuming eggs. So you absolutely, there are so many studies that say that that is absolutely a false thing, that this little thing right here does not cause everybody say hello. If you're not following Tasm there, go follow her. She does these amazing scopes on women's health and skin. She's a MD. She's a dermatologist. So just go follow her. You're going to love her scope. She just did the whole fashion week for us. I was freaking out every show. It was amazing. So anyway, so the other thing that the egg is good for, you're welcome. The other thing that the egg is good for is that it is great for the brain. There is a chemical or a type of supplement or whatever you want to call it called choline, and 90% of us, so there are 20 of us here right now, 90% of us are not getting enough choline in our diet. The egg yolk is a huge part of that. I mean, honestly, you should be trying to fit in an egg every single day. And I know that's tough because they say that about a lot of foods. You should be trying to fit this in every single day, but you should be fitting it in 3 or 4 times a week. You should be finding an egg meal that you love. Oh, good. Yeah, I love eggs too. I eat them all the time. We go through a carton of eggs in no time flat, and there's just 2 of us. So, but you should be eating an egg every single day if you can fit it in at least 3 or 4 times a week. You should be getting in eggs. Yeah, they're great for that, and they're full of protein. If you're deficient, if you're not getting enough protein in your diet, which most of us are not, this is a great little package to do that. So the choline actually affects the brain again, and I'm not going to go into the chemistry behind it, but 90% of us are deficient in that, and it is something that you need, and it's a unique that the egg can give you that. The other unique thing is that it can give you is a lutein, which is amazing for the eyes. Now I have to tell you, I have whacked eyes. My eyes are whacked. Every time you see I don't wear glasses, right? So if I put on glasses, yes, I can see better, but it's not, it kind of comes and goes. So if I wear glasses for a long time, my vision gets bad. Through the glasses, if I don't wear glasses, I feel like I need to put them on after a certain length of time. So my vision is totally whacked. Plus I have a lot of broken capillaries from sun damage in my eyes, and I have been eating eggs regularly, and I started because of the lutein. It was actually recommended to me by an ophthalmologist many years ago, and I started eating eggs regularly, and my eyes started lining up, and my vision is better than ever. In fact, I just qualified for my driver's license this last time, this last birthday in August, and I did not have to wear my glasses to take the vision test. So, and I was so psyched because now I don't have to keep glasses in my car all the time and put them on if I happen to get pulled over, which doesn't happen very often. But It does happen every once in a while because I kind of like to drive fast, but but that's a whole nother scope. I'm married to a race car driver. What do you expect? But my eyes have started lining up and they started doing what they're supposed to do. Now, by the end of the night, when it's time to sit down and relax and read or watch a movie or whatever I'm doing with my family, we're going to talk about that in just a second. So hang with me here and we'll talk about eating too many or too little eggs. But my eyes have started lining up. Now, to be fair, I was taking a lutein supplement for a long time to ramp up the lutein in my body. And then now I've stopped taking that and I just supplement with eating eggs on a regular basis. But eggs are one of the highest properties, have the highest concentration of lutein of just about any other food. So if you have eye problems, I highly recommend, number one, that hey, welcome everybody in. I highly recommend, number one, that you start considering a supplement for that. And number two, beta carotene, of course, is really good for eyes, and I do that as well. And then number three, start supplementing your diet with some eggs. I think you'll see a big difference. Now, it's not insto presto changeo. You don't start eating eggs and all of a sudden you can see 20/20. But the little flaws in your eyes, the little floaties, the things like I was describing in my vision, they are so much better. They're not gone completely, but they are so much better than they were. And the fact that I qualified, I've always had to have glasses in the car when I drive, and the fact that I qualified at 45 years old to not have glasses in the car was like, I was totally psyched. So, and I contribute that to having enough lutein in my body. So, how do you eat eggs? Tomorrow in my scope tomorrow, Lunch with Leslie, oh, shut it. Excuse me. Evan is anti-Mac, so too bad for him. One day you're gonna have to succumb, and it's gonna be sad for you. It's gonna be a bad day, Evan. But tomorrow, I'm sorry, I got off track there. Tomorrow, I'm actually going to scope about how to different ways to make eggs. So like the billion different ways that you can do. It's going to be a long scope because I'm going to be talking about the different ways to actually make eggs. And so I'm not going to actually cook with you, but I'm going to tell you, here's how you can do this and you can do that and you can do this. And there's 1,000 different ways that you can eat an egg and get an egg into your diet. So boiling them, somebody put up a comment that said, that they boil them and use them as a snack. It's beautiful. But there's a ton of different ways. So we're going to talk about that tomorrow. But today, I want to tell you about eating how you should actually eat them. So how many should you eat in a day, which is a question somebody just asked. So here's my suggestion. I always suggest, we eat way too much meat. Our bodies do not need as much meat as a standard American or a standard person's diet puts in, unless you're a vegetarian or a vegan. But we eat a lot of meat, and our bodies do not need that much meat. So first of all, my challenge is to one day a week try to go meatless. So, and I'm not talking about, cheeses and eggs, and I'm not talking about going vegan. I'm talking about going meatless. Just one day a week, try to pick a day that you're not going to eat meat. And you don't have to set the day. You can just be like, hey, I'm not going to eat meat today. And see how your health starts to change and how it starts to turn around, because then I guarantee you'll start picking 2 days a week that you don't eat meat. I do believe personally that as humans, we do need the vitamins and minerals and the proteins that come from meats. There's a lot of amino acids and other things that we need from meats that is hard to get otherwise. So I do believe that we do need that. I was a vegan for a long time, and actually it made me sick. And I didn't even know it was making me sick, but it made me sick, and I landed in the hospital thinking that I was dying, but really it was just that I was deficient in several different nutrients in my body, one of them being protein. So that's a whole nother scope as well. But I do believe that we do need some meat. If you have total convictions, I respect the vegans so much because they have total convictions about not eating animals and not having them give their lives for their life. And I think that that is a beautiful thing. So for all the vegans out there, I totally respect you 1,000%. I applaud you. I think it's an amazing, amazing choice if you can make that choice and if you want to make that lifestyle change. So anyway, but I want to challenge you to try to go at least one day a week with no meat. In fact, your entire family, and you don't have to tell them, don't make the announcement in the morning, we're not eating meat today, because then everybody's just going to want to eat meat all day. So don't make that. Just casually what you're preparing them, just don't include meat, and then they get one meatless day in. So you have to trick people sometimes in your family to get them to start eating healthy. So try getting one meatless day. So a great substitute for the meat is what? Guess what? The egg. This is a great way to supplement if you're not eating meat, because like I told you in the beginning, every nutrient that is required to run a human body exists in that little capsule right there, in that little shell. So if you're on a regular diet, so I don't count calories, so I can't tell you specific, and I would never tell you a specific calorie count to abide by. But if you're on just a regular, if you're maintaining your weight, you could safely eat 2 to 4 eggs a day, depending on the other things that you're putting in your mouth that day. But 2 to 4 eggs a day would be safe. So maybe, 2 eggs in the morning for breakfast, and then another one at lunch, and then you have your regular dinner. Some people say that you need to eat 3 eggs, a fist-sized piece of protein in the afternoon, and a fist-sized piece of protein in the evening. And you're still gonna be able to lose weight if you're on a weight loss. So 2 to 4 eggs for the average person would be absolutely fine in a day. Now then, because I told you all these great things about eggs and you go, wow, it's a superfood, don't go downtown crazy and start eating a dozen eggs a day. That is not what I'm saying here. People tend to live in the black and white. You've heard me say this before. You live in the black and the white, so eggs are good for you, so I'm going to just eat a ton of eggs. So that's just one extreme. Or eggs contain cholesterol. I'm not going to eat eggs at all. That would be the other extreme. What I really want you to do is live down what I call the colorful middle and use eggs in moderation, and use them in your diet in moderation. So don't go, oh, well, I'm going to be the healthiest that I can be and eat 12 eggs a day. That's ridiculous. Don't do that. So that's not going to make you healthier. So don't do that. So in moderation, 2 to 4 eggs a day. If you are eating other protein sources, 1 to 2 eggs a day would be great. At the very least, try to fit them in, 3 to 4 times a week. So that would be my suggestion. And if you're only fitting them in 3 to 4 times a week, then you definitely want to be at that upper limit of 4 a day, so that you're getting all the great benefits that you can get from this little cute package right here. So does anybody have any questions? Tomorrow we're going to talk about the different types of foods that you can prepare with eggs. Then on Thursday, I'm actually going to be live at Natural Grocers again. I'm going to be with the dairy manager. We're going to go through their dairy case where their eggs are, and we're going to talk about all the marketing that they do to get you to eat their eggs. Cage-free, range-free, pasture, natural. There are so many complications when it comes to choosing a quality egg. Organic, non-organic, GMO, non-GMO. I mean, there's because chickens eat feed that can be non-organic, because they eat feed that can be non-GMO or GMO, then it affects what comes out. It affects the end product. No pun intended there. But it affects the end product. I always wonder that. Who in the world on this planet saw a chicken lay an egg and went, I think I'll eat that? Considering where the egg comes out, who in the world, who was the first person that discovered that? Because I'd like to shake their hands, because that right there is like the ultimate, the ultimate foodie. They're like, well, that looks like food. I'll eat that. So I would just like to know who that person was, because they were a brave soul that saw a chicken or a bird or whatever lay an egg and thought, I think I'll eat that. So don't put too much thought into that, by the way. Don't think about that too much. It'll freak you out. But yes, so then we're going to do that on Thursday. We're going to be there and we're going to talk about all the marketing that they try to get you to do. Oh, there we go. We can't get through a scope without Ed barking. He's so funny. He's like a child. And then on Friday, it's For Real Friday, and I think my parents will be here, so maybe I'll get to introduce you to them. And I'm cooking a frittata, an asparagus mushroom feta cheese frittata for you, right on Friday. So that's going to be a great episode. You don't want to miss that. People are freaked out about frittatas. They think that they're difficult. And actually, to me, it's the easiest egg dish there is to make. It's easier than frying an egg. It's easier than boiling an egg. It's easier than all those things. So does anybody have any questions about the egg that I missed or that I didn't answer or anything like that? Oh, tomorrow, sprouts of the animal kingdom. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, easy and tasty. That's right. It is so easy. Frittatas are super easy. You guys are going to love this recipe. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. on blab.im, I'm going to be with Dr. Christine every Wednesday at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. We're going to be on blab.im, and tomorrow the conversation, I'm going to see how many puns that we can fit in for eggs. So, but we're going to be talking about eggs again. She's going to go down a little bit deeper, probably a little bit more scientific about why you should be eating certain proteins. She loves the egg. It's the perfect gift of protein in her opinion. So I think that is. Dr. Christine, if you're watching this replay and I just said something that's not true, then you can smack me around tomorrow. So Dr. Christine Kazmar, the digestion doc. So the digestion doc and I tomorrow, we'll be on blab.im again. We did it last week. We've committed to doing it weekly for a while. Every Wednesday, we're going to be on together talking about the egg this week. And so yes, you can go to my Facebook page and see the link there, and you can subscribe right now and get your seats first. Not that it matters, but you could go get your seats right now for that blab tomorrow. So that's coming up tomorrow. If you, I know I love her too. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. She's so freaking smart. It scares me sometimes. The stuff that comes out of her head, I'm like, and she's not like me. You know, I'm a crazy person with all the notes because I don't want to screw anything up when I'm saying it to you. It's just there in her head, and it's so amazing. So can I scope it too? You know, I was wondering about that. I see people do that all the time, Maura, where they scope the blab. Just for you, Maura, I will try to figure that out. How's that? So I have my regular scope tomorrow, noon, lunch with Leslie, noon Mountain Time, and at 2 p.m. I'll be on blab.am with the digestion doc. So, and then tonight, if you happen to live in Fort Collins, or it's not Fort Collins, but if you happen to live along the Front Range in northern Colorado, I'm giving a live class, and it will actually be scoped tonight as well. And it's called the Girls Night Out. It's for you chickadees among us here. And we're going to be talking about all things boobs. Hi. Oh, that's a great time to join there, Sarah, when I'm pointing at my boobs. But we're going to be talking about your breast and breast health. I'll be sharing a little bit more about my cancer journey. I will not be able to comment or answer questions tonight. I will at the end of the class. But we're doing a demo with a smoothie that is a cancer busting type smoothie tonight, and that will be live. So I know, right? Right when you come in, I'm like, and then you've got these, and that's what we're going to be talking about. So I'm doing that tonight. So it's a super full week. That is going to be tonight at 6 Mountain Time. So that is 5 Pacific and 8 Eastern. That'll be right here on Periscope. I'm actually doing the class live in Longmont at the Natural Grocer. So if you're local, come see me there. But we are Periscoping it tonight. So I will be there doing that. And it's a great class. I've taught it before. It's a lot of fun. We use a lot of light and a lot of humor with it. And I talk about self-exams, how to do them properly, and not just the medical way, but just, yeah, you're welcome. Not just the medical way, but also the ways to feel your breasts to the very best. I talk about that as a cancer survivor. I know these techniques very, very well. And then my partner, Nanette, she talks about the lymphatic system and how to get your lymphatic system moving, because your lymphatic system, you have more lymph fluid in your body than you do blood. And that lymph fluid, however, does not have a pump like your blood does. Your blood has a pump, which is your heart, of course, but your lymphatic system doesn't. So that's why exercise is so important. It's good for your brain and your muscles and all those things, but it's also amazing for your lymphatic system. So she's going to be talking about the lymphatic system tonight, and I'm going to be talking about how to examine your breast in the proper way. So, and then we do a smoothie demo right in the middle of all that. So, and it's a live class. There will actually be people attending the class there at Natural Grocers. So, okay, so I am outie. You guys have an amazing afternoon, and I'll see you tonight at 6 p.m. Mountain Time right back here on Periscope. And we'll talk about the boobs. So be sure and join me. Be sure to share. That will be excellent, and I can't wait to see you then. And until then, you guys have a good afternoon. And if I don't see you tonight, I'll see you tomorrow at Lunch with Leslie. Go to kitchens.com. Go become a VIP. Get a free book. See the see the website. Get a Facebook page where I talk to the VIPs personally. Right there, you can ask me questions. You can set up meetings. Whatever you want to do there. So, okay, you guys have a good afternoon. Love you. Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Now you know all about the egg and why you should be eating them. So, and tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to eat them, how you can prepare them. So, all right. I wish I knew a magic trick. La, 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 la. Egg. All right. Love you guys. Thanks so much for watching. You know, I appreciate you so much being here and listening and watching and interacting and the hearts and all that kind of good stuff. And for the replay viewers, thank you so much for watching. And you guys, again, have an amazing